Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Williams, and I'm bringing you another screencast using Google Docs. And this one's going to be focusing a little bit on the toolbar. Yes, look at all these wonderful tools on your toolbar. We are not going to talk about all of them, so I'll try to break this up into two videos for you. So right now you can see I started a new doc in my Google Drive. And before we get started on some of these tools, I want you to look on the top of my tab for my Google Doc. And you can see there's a tab here. And on the tab, this is for my doc, and there's another tab for my drive. Now, a lot of you don't pay attention to this, but on the tab, there's three things. One, you have the icon for whatever program you're using. So for Google Doc, it's a blue square. The other thing on your tab is the title. So I named it Full Moon, Full Terror. And the third thing is the X to close out the tab. Now, don't be afraid of hitting that X because, as you know, in Google Drive, everything auto-saves. Awesome. So X out. Whoop. I'm back to my Google Drive tab. And I could just double click on, here's my story, to reopen it. Okay. So, Halloween time coming around the corner. I was in the mood for a spooky story. So, first thing I'm going to show you is when I start typing, I usually just start going, okay? I don't worry about changing my styles, my colors, my size, blah, 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 blah. It gets too distracting. So, always start with your ideas first, and then you can go back and change things. And I'll show you how. And that is done simply by click and dragging so you can select. So here's my title, Full Moon, Full Terror. Very, very horrifying. So I'm going to click and drag to highlight that text. And when I let go, it should be blue. Okay? If you mess up, just click on the paper and try again. Click and drag. Okay. So now my title is highlighted. So I'm going to do a couple of changes to the title. One, most of you know about this already. This is the font style. So Arial, not like the Little Mermaid, but Arial is probably like a standard font. You can't go wrong with Arial. So keep that in mind if you're doing an assignment for a teacher. Let's looking for something spooky looking. Not a lot of spooky choices, but I'll go with this one. It's kind of, I can tell it's going to run a little small, but I'm going to click this Amatic one. Okay, look how small that is. I'm going to go to my font size, and you see if you hover over, it tells you what it is. How cool is that? So font size right here, change from 12. I'm probably going to go like 36. Okay, that looks good. Now, another font feature I like to add to my title is the bold. Let's make it really bold. There we go. Now, anything I click while it's blue is going to add that to what the text in the blue. So I have bold. I changed the 36. Okay. Now, one more thing over here. You can see these lines. These align left, align center, align right. Okay, that's just where your words are in relation to your whole page. So right now we're on the left aligned. My title, I want it to be centered. So I'm going to click the center align. Boom. There you go. Okay. Now, the next feature I'm going to show you is italic. So I like to use that for special words. So like the word screech in my story, I'm going to highlight it, let go, and then hit the slanted I. Italics, I was like fancy. I think you're fancy friend. Look how fancy you are, italic. And look how fancy my word is now. You might want to use italics to do titles. If you mention titles of books or movies in a piece of writing. Or you might want to like emphasize something like, I never should have agreed to do this dare, but I thought to myself, I will not turn around. Emphasizing not. Cool. That looks great. So now I have italics a little bit. We did a bold. What else should we do? Oh, let me show you your two new best friends, okay? I know you have a best friend at school, but this is your new best friend. Right now, I'm going to mess something up on purpose. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my goodness, what happened? This happens sometimes, sometimes Mr. Bear runs across my keyboard, hits a bunch of stuff, and oh my gosh, I want to yell at him, but that's not going to solve anything. So I go to my best friend. And my best friend is over here on the top of my toolbar to the left, and his name is undo. This will basically undo the last step that you just edited. So as I hit undo, it'll take away what I just did. If I hit it again, it'll take away what I did before that, and so on. So you keep hitting undo until you're back where you want to be. Perfect. So your new best friend, sorry, old best friend, see you later. Your new best friend is undo. Now your other best friend, if you had to pick another best friend, okay, I gotta have two, spell check. So you can see this red line under cobblestone. A lot of you are going to say, how do I spell this? Well, you have a spell check on your tools. So if you go up here where it says tools, you click tools, you click spelling. Look at that. How did you know? You're so smart, spell check. Cobblestone, that's exactly the word I'm looking for. Hit change. And there you go. And if I had more spelling errors, it would go through and go to the next spelling error. So there you go. Those are some of the basics that you should learn when you get started in your Google Doc. And I look forward to the next video coming shortly.